House Clegane, vassals to the mighty Lannisters, and one of the fiercest lesser houses in all of Westeros. Their land's to the southeast of Castle Rock and consists of a small patch of land and a modest house. But make no mistake, the Clegane brothers are far from modest. They are land knights instead of a full noble house, but because of their strong ties to the Lannisters, this means that they're given many privileges that other people would not have. The current head of the family is Sir Greyjoy Clegane, who is known as the Mountain that Rides, and his younger brother, Sandor Clegane, is known as the Hound. Sir Greyjoy was a great military strategist, but he also has a tendency to steer towards great violence, and seems to favour bloodshed over sheer victory. During the War of the Five Kings, Sir Greyjoy raided the Riverlands. This was because Tyrion Lannister, his liege lord, told him to do so, and that's one of the bigger kind of things that Sir Greyjoy's done that's made him such a notable character, but in a negative way because he killed so many people there and killed so many innocent lives. Sir Greyjoy also served briefly as castellan at Harrenhal, but when he withdrew his troops, he also withdrew that position as well. And another thing that Sir Greyjoy did that made people fear him so much is something he did to his brother, and it's something that kind of made the relationship between Sandor and Greyjoy so bitter, because Game of Thrones is about relationships pretty much, be that between a man and a woman, or between brothers, and House Clegane is one that's shown between brothers, but in a very negative way. You see, when Sandor and Sir Greyjoy were young boys, they had these wooden toys. One of them was a knight. Now this was Sir Greyjoy's toy, and Sandor, being his younger brother, wanted to play with the toy, and he didn't ask for Greyjoy's permission. So one night, when it was raining, he went in, he got the knight, started playing with it in front of the fire. Now you think it's innocent enough, he's not doing anything wrong, but then Greyjoy went in a fit of fury, fit of rage, and burnt his brother's face. That's why Sandor Clegane has burns all up his face. It's because his brother burnt his face in a fire when he was younger, and that's one of the main things that cemented the hatred between the two brothers. Sir Greyjoy is also said to be the largest man in Westeros, apart from the giants obviously, and he's known for winning many tourneys throughout Westeros as well because of his size and because so many people fear him because of his size and history. The reason he's called the Mountain is because of that fact, because he's so big, because he's so muscly, and because he's such a great kind of warrior, and he won't give up in any kind of fight. He'll stay there till the end. Although he's feared for his anger, no one can deny that Sir Greyjoy has loyalty more than anything. He's loyal to the Lannisters and never betrays them, even when he thinks he's going to lose a battle or he's going to die. Now, one of the rumours surrounding the House Clegane is around Greyjoy, and it's said that he killed many of the servants throughout Clegane Keep because they had slight mishaps. So maybe they made his turkey wrong, so he chopped the faces off. Maybe they gave him the wrong kind of stew, so he chopped the nipples off. Stuff like that. So even if they made the slightest mistake, he would kill them and maybe even torture them. And that's due to his kind of anger problems.
You're my brother. You once killed a man for snoring.
But if anybody found out about the servants' deaths, Sir Greyjoy would be killed. He would have been put on the stocks. He would have had some kind of punishment, be that put on the Night's Watch, be that put on the stocks. So his father, I assume, hushed down the rumours and hid all the bodies. But the funny thing is that Greyjoy's sister and father died under dubious circumstances as well, which is a rather interesting thing. And Sandor suspects that Greyjoy killed them both. Their sister isn't really talked about a lot on the show, and that's because she died long before Sandor can remember, and she was never really a fleshed out character throughout any of the books. The father died a few years later due to a hunting accident, and that was the end of that. So that's just Greyjoy and the Hound who were left. Now, because of his kind of great loyalty to the Lannisters, when Tywin went up to Rhaegar, he convinced Rhaegar to hire Greyjoy as a knight. Even though he's a very dishonourable person, Tywin used his silver tongue and his descent from Lan the Clever to kind of weasel his way in and get Greyjoy as a kind of knight. And that's probably one of the things that led up to Rhaegar's demise, because Sir Greyjoy was in his ranks, and little did he know he was such a kind of backstabbing bastard, but a loyal one at that. Rhaegar soon regretted this decision, because during Robert's Rebellion, Sir Greyjoy raped and killed his wife Emilia, and killed his children as well. So I've told this before, but during Robert's Rebellion, Tywin Lannister went in at the very end of the battle, and his troops basically killed the children of the Targaryens and Rhaegar and his wife. So he killed off the whole line, apart from Daenerys and Viserys. And what he did is he wrapped them up in a red cloth with the Lannister sigil. So it was partially to hide the blood, but also to kind of have the sigil and show the people that he killed the kind of Targaryens. He had overthrown the Mad King. But it was actually Greyjoy and Jaime who did the act. So Jaime killed Rhaegar himself, whereas Greyjoy killed his wife and children. Some would argue that Jaime did a good thing, killing the Mad King, but Sir Greyjoy definitely did a dishonourable thing in raping and killing his wife and killing his children. Sandor is different compared to his brother. He's a good tactician, like his brother, but he shows more compassion than his brother ever would or could throughout his days. Sandor is the better of the two brothers in my opinion, and he's also one of my favourite characters, probably second below Tyrion. Sandor Clegane is actually a skilled warrior in the service of House Lannister, but he's had many kind of people request that he takes a knighthood and he swears to be a knight to the Lannisters. He won't do that though. He's a skilled fighter, but he won't take any vows to solidify that fact. The funny thing is though, he's known for his fierce demeanour and his lack of chivalry, but it does show throughout the series and throughout the books many signs of compassion and many human-like features that people throughout Westeros probably don't think he has. So he's probably more human than a lot of the characters in the thing are, and a much more likeable character as he progresses. Sandor gutted his first man when he was 12 years old, and after that he thought that killing was the best thing ever. He would go and kill loads of people, take part in tourneys like his brother, and fight whoever he could. He had a thirst for blood, and that's what House Clegane is built upon. It's built upon a thirst for blood. Although he's not a crazed killer who will kill anyone in sight, he does it for a reason, probably out of vengeance or loyalty, but out of some reason in some regard. Whereas Greyjoy would just kill anybody he could. He's a rather cynical character in the whole kind of scope of things. When Sansa tries to read him poems, or he overhears her reading poems, he notes that knights kill people too. He doesn't think that knights are as chivalrous. He doesn't think that knights are as good as people make them out to be. Knights kill people who are innocent and do what their masters tell them, but they just don't include that in the poems. His cynical side is one of the more likeable things about him again, because it adds this sort of kind of dark comedy to his character. He's also the personal bodyguard of Joffrey Baratheon, and Joffrey abuses him quite a lot throughout his experience. As a Lannister's servant, Joffrey refers to him as the Hound, and that's partially because his house was built upon the kennels, but it's also because he's such a good servant. Another sign of compassion that Sandor shows is towards Sansa, and many people will speculate that he has sort of kind of feelings towards her. He wants to have a relationship with her. He refers to her as his little bird, and that's because he thinks she's so delicate in comparison with the kind of setting of King's Landing. And one scene in the TV show, and I think it's in the books as well, is when Joffrey orders her to be stripped and beaten, and he's the first person to offer her a cloak. Now it's kind of a minor thing, but it's something you wouldn't expect Sandor Clegane to do, or you wouldn't expect many people to do in their position. So for Sandor to do that is another reason that he's such a likeable character. The founder of House Clegane was a kennel master at Castle Rock, but when Tytos Lannister was out on an excursion, he came across a lion, and what the kennel master did, he protected Tytos against the lion, and that's when the kind of relationship between the Cleganes and the Lannisters really became a big thing, because he saved Tytos' life, and without Tytos there would be no House Lannister, so that's a big deal. And because of that, he was awarded a house and lands. And that's also how the Clegane sigil was born, because when he was with Tytos, he had 3 dogs with him. All 3 died, and as you'll probably see on the sigil is actually the 3 dogs that died. So that's kind of a little interesting tidbit, and it's something that I just found out. I didn't know that beforehand, but it's an interesting thing to know. So there you have it, that was Light Lord Clegane. Hopefully you learned a few things about House Clegane, about its origins, and about why Sandor and Greyjoy are definitely seen as such monstrosities. I've been Cipyaar, this has been Light Lord, and may the Lord of Light guide you.